Hello everyone and welcome back to Sorcery, Part 1. Still really weird to say Part 1 while we are on like episode 8 of this series. But yeah, this is technically Part 1 of 4 books. So yeah, we're gonna continue. The last episode we had reached to the Pani with some orc people who just asked to help to find, I believe, leader's daughter, which gets dropped into the mines of some sort, and we're helping to get her out. You can see now you are in the large cavern, wide and deep. At the far end, passageways disappear to the left and right. Through an uneven rockfall at the far end of the cavern, you hear a murmur. You clamber over the rocks at the edge of the cavern to investigate the sound. There's a whimpering coming from the other side of the pile of stones. The swing girl, perhaps? She came in this way, but then the cave in blocked off her path. You will have to find another way to reach her. You go left and creep slowly into the darkness, ears straining for the sound of the approaching threat. But all you can hear is a John's quiet whimpering. The passage rises up, gentle, incline at the top. A thick crystal seam glitters in the torchlight, and the tunnel ends in a T-junction. The seam seems to be made of pure diamond. It was no doubt in question of this, that the tunnels were carved, but why is no one meaning here now? Dig out the crystal? I don't think I have. Try to pry some diamonds loose from the incredible seam in the rock, but your sword is not up to the task and you would only make it blunt. You could perhaps return with a proper pick, but only if you can escape those tunnels first. You take the left passage. You walk down the passage for several minutes, then slip on some dirt, and the ground beneath your feet gives away. You plunge into a hidden pit and land on something soft. Not yet counting your luck. You look around and sure enough you are out of the frying pan and into the reptile den. You are in the pit of snakes. Oh no! Pray to my spirit. Use magic. You begin to read a spell when John tugs at your arm. You can't! You can't! He hisses. I told you can't do magic when I'm around! Shaking your head with disappointment, you try to think of other options. Oh fuck, I forgot. Why do I keep this annoying creature with me? Pray to my spirit, I guess. You whisper, a fervent prayer to the ape, your spirit. Does it hear you? The snakes are gathering around you, coming closer, and then they begin to climb the walls, holding themselves erect until they form a living ladder that stretches up to the passage above. What? Climb it quickly! You steal your courage and climb quickly back up to the tunnel above. Back on firm ground, you give thanks to your spirit, but you are aware you will not now be helped again. You are soon back to the crystal seam, where a side passage opens on the right. You push on. Here the cave system widens. Pendulous stalactites hang from the ceiling as if about to fall and square into your place. You skid between them, following a thin, safe path until a passageway appears on your left. You slip through the opening in the left wall. After a few minutes walk up a shallow incline, you begin to hear something in the distance. A low rumbling. You wait to see what happens. The rumbling gets loud and then your hair stands on end. As you see a large rounded boulder rolling swiftly down the passage towards you, the rock is almost a perfect fit for the tunnel, and its speed is increasing as you deter. Well, you will not let your journey end here. Find a gap to squeeze into. You look quickly for a gap in the tunnel, wall into which depress your body. There is one. You will dive for it, but it is a 5 inches too shallow. You have been crushed and ground into the powder. Your adventure is at end. Oh no. Rip. I really like how that is just. That reminds me when I was playing Snow on multiplayer. Just like that. No man, I'm gonna need to repeat that. Yeah. We went left many times, so maybe. You turn right, creeping slowly forward. The passageway slopes down at short way. It ends at a T-junction. 2 stones are stacked on top of another against the wall here. There is nothing special about the 2 stones except that they happen to be on top of another. Go right? You take the right-hand tunnel. The tunnel twists and bends sharply as it's carved by a river. Now long since dried away, you lose all sense of which way is it which. Except to keep going forward when the tunnel splits. There is a stacked pair of stone here as well. Go right? You move through the opening in the right wall. The going is suddenly more difficult and you realize that the tunnel is climbing at quite a sharp gradient. Little stone rattle and roll away downwards into the dark. At the highest point, the passage you are following finishes at another fork. As you enter, 2 stones roll away down the slope. You go right. The cave walls crushed in close as through the rock is squeezing you to death. Your shoulders rub against the walls when you feel certain you can go no further the path you are climbing through forks away. Another pair of stones are stuck in the corner. You're obviously following the stones at this point. You turn right. You follow the passageway when you hear an echo, a whimpering coming up to the corridor. Your torchlight falls across a frail shape, hidden in the shadows in the young swan gill, stacking stone into hundreds of little towers. Oh, hidden in the shadow is the young swan gill. Look for traps. You run the torchlight around the walls of the cavern. No switches or triggers that you can see. The gill watches you with silent fear. And then the torchlight falls on a deep scratch in the rock. A claw mark. Suddenly, there is a loud roaring from the mouth of his short cavern. The walls begin to shake and crumble. The twin stone towers topple and scatter. The one side, a gap in the rumble begins to open, letting through a mean shaft of light. But before you can head for it, the roaring sound is joined by a scream from the swing girl. You turn slowly and peer into the gloom back along the tunnel. Is there something moving? Something coming closer? Perhaps the roaring is the wind rushing through the tunnels. You hear the scrabbling sound of claws on rock, and the exit from the tunnel is blocked by a dark and looming shape. A manticore, huge, terrible, it stands between you and the light and howls in bloody rage. Jen, for God's sake, you're just making me not using magic all the time. I guess we can look at the creature. The manticore is a 4 hybrid, created by the evil sorceress of old and steeped in bitter self-hatred. It has a lion's body and the tail of a scorpion, but its face is that of an old man, and its thoughts are cruel and resentful. As it sees you, it derives back, flapping 2 enormous wings on its back. I guess we don't have any other option at this point. You draw your sword and close on the beast. Eyes focus tightly on the terrible sting. Oh man, you have 18 stamina. Should we go full ahead? Let's try this. Yes! The fearsome creature pissed forward, teeth bared. You are determined that you will not die down here. You plant your feet and ready a mighty sword swing. At the last moment, the manticore pounces out close off the ground and bored to plunge into your flesh. You chop it out of the air. You have opened a deep wound on its side. The swing-gill cheers. Yeah, I need some cheering right now. I need some positive thoughts. I think we can defend. You can almost smell the creature growing and enraged and drop quickly away. The manticore makes a nasty swipe with its fearsome claws. But you duck and escape real injury. For a moment it is close enough to smell its warm, fetid breath. The manticore shifts away and opens its enormous jaws, which looks so human but contain an impossible number of teeth, each one dripping with a mixture of salvia and blood. You remain hidden. The manticore stays low and tries to ram you. You give silent thanks for your concentration. Let's try to. The creature snarls and snaps its jaws. You must finish the monster before it finishes you. With the rock wall at your back, you have no way to hide. But a perfect platform to spring forward, you raise at the manticore. Just as it punches its tail down like a hammer stroke. As it reaches, you pass your sword up into its exposed belly. Blood is now coursing freely through its thick fur. The beast glows at you. The walls shiver with its fury. The swing-gill's edges neither, as if thinking of scratching the creature with her claws. It's scared. It's scared! She whispers to you. You might not believe me, but you're scared. While you move into a defensive crouch, the manticore rushes you at the last moment. You jump aside, you swing your arm and refresh its stance. I think it might defend now, because it should be really low on the stamina. Will I be right? Or should we... In the darkness of the cave, it is hard to read the monster's intentions, but you cannot wait forever. Charging forward, you rush into the manticore. At the same moment as it comes for you with its terrible sting, you cut into it like a butcher. The creature crashes against one wall. Rock dust pours on its back, but it tries to shake itself. It stumbles. You can hardly dare to hope. The fall beast is weakening. Ah, crap! I get hit here. The manticore moves quickly and strikes so fast with his scorpion sting that you barely see it move and have only a single breath to respond. Your own attack is forgotten as you try to regain balance. The manticore jumps and grins at teeth. Its expression is ugly flown. While you move into a defensive crouch, the manticore keeps close to the floor and rushes to knock you down. You adjust your grip and shift your weight. The monster rears up on its back legs and opens its wings to fill the room. I really don't know how much stamina he could have at this point, because I didn't see him really defending. You stay low. The manticore charges you. You leap to one side. You swing your arm and refresh your stance. You edge left around the manticore, keeping your guard up. It whips out with its terrible sting, but you leap aside to safety. You are gasping for the breath. The creature's restless assault is sheer rage. It's almost much for you to take. Almost too much. Oh, we're almost done with it. The manticore laughs at you with a human expression of twisted joy. You risk an attack. Racing across the stone, you charge headlong towards the manticore. Just as it charges you, it catches its rearing up and exposed. The manticore screams and howls in a voice that is almost human. It is dying. Slowly, furiously, but nonetheless it weakens. The creature stretches its enormous jaws and roars. Yeah, let's be safe about this. While you move into a defensive crouch, the manticore roars. The ground itself seems to shake with its anger. Can we take him down now? Yes! You spy an advantage, the kind that can change the course of the battle. Belong you raise at the manticore, catching it a light blow. It curses you in the almost human tongue. Oh! Oh no! Ah! The creature whips out its vicious style. You almost drop your sword if you had it. Would have meant certain death. As it stood, you are badly hurt. You partly the killing blow that quickly flows. Oh man, I need to... Oh no, it can kill me now. This is awful. I need to defend. I need to defend to do one finishing blow. Oh, okay. You must kill this creature. You rush into Manticore. Your sword blade seems almost to be possessed. It finds its way past the Manticore's sweeping claws, through its thick hide and down into its ancient cruel heart. For a moment it howls loud enough to make the walls shake, and then everything falls very quiet. 15 stamina lost. Shameful! Oh man. Well, this is how we did. I won't gonna replay it just to make better score. The only noise in the chamber is the hammering of your heart and the quiet beating of the swing gear. Then the Minimite breaks out into a loud cheer, whooping and punching the air. You bow to him. Thank you! The swing gears murmurs, then tugging at your arm. This way! She leads you towards the light, through a gap in the rocks, to the pool of a sunlight in the first cavern. You wave the torch, hoping to attract attention. Oh yeah, need the hole. Yeah, we can let her go first. Let's be gentlemen, even though it's some orcish lady. The swing child nods mutely, then bows of her lungs. Proseus, I'm here! Then something drops down, a rope with a basket on the end. The gear first. Cal's voice from above. You lift the gear into the basket and call up. Howl away! The swings gives a great cry, then begin to pull, and the basket starts to slowly rise, spinning as it goes. The girl waves to you as she disappears in the sunlight. Then she is gone. A minute passes, nothing. They left us to die! John whispers, shivering on his shoulder. Another minute, still nothing. No sign of sound or movement from above. The tunnels echoes very slightly. A noise from depths. Perhaps the manticore was not alone. Should we wait? I mean, why would they let me die? I did really well, I think. You wait a little longer, settling down on your back. You can imagine the celebration going on above the ground. The tears and grateful reunion. No surprise if they lose track of you, down here in the dark. And then, sure enough, the basket and the rope tumble down. You clamber quickly in and they haul you up. Above the ground, the chief himself helps you out of the grass. His daughter is with him, clutching his hand. My daughter tells you fight bravely, he says. For that, I'm grateful. I invite you with us back to Pani. Will you come? I mean, I kind of want to finish this here, so as much I would like to, I'm gonna carry on to Kare. No, You shake your head apologetically. I must go. Proseus nods, understanding. Let me repay you here, then. He hands you a small pouch containing 10 gold pieces, then reaches into his robe and produces a key. To the city gates of Kare, he says. This is where you're bound, I know. I nod. He quizzes his daughter with an arm and nods a single cold-mouthed goodbye. Time to go. You take your leave. The path winds away between the hills, and soon as you are on downward slope, away from the Shamutanti hills. Through stepped rice fields, as you walk, you feel for the first time the loneliness of the path ahead. Through Kare is a busy city. It is cruel, and beyond Kare there is nothing but a vicious wasteland. You will have no one to trust in the days ahead. In the distance rises the wall of great city, the first true stonework you have seen since you left home. From your shoulder you feel a giant hop away into the air. I didn't mind the manticore, he hisses. But this place I'm afraid of. Take care, you'll need it. Then he buzzes away into the sky and is gone. You're not exactly sorry to see him go, but if you wonder if you will ever see him again. Let's go nicely on the path. Yeah! Your journey through the Shamanti Hill is completed. Along the way you have made no useful friendships, but have been given the key to the gates of Kare. You have collected no magical artifacts. You are armed with a long sword, Ragastinta's armband of sword mastery and your original sword, and have 2 rations of 19 gold pieces and a spellbook. The adventure continues in Sorcery 2. Kare, city port of traps. Save to cloud, I guess. Why not? I probably should keep it rotten somewhere if I want directly continue. Ah, that's pretty neat. So even though the other part came like not right away after first part, you can continue continue the game based on the choices you made at this point, I think. Which is nice. Okay, so as soon I enter Kare, chapter 2 or part 2 of Sorcery starting, so I think it will be best if I just gonna cut it here and we gonna start part 2 at some point soon. So hope you enjoyed this little series. I really enjoy it, and yeah, I'm gonna see you in the next video, I guess. So see ya.